Welcome back to the Cinema Crew discussing this week's Power, Book 4, Episode 3. We are back with what you seen 2 weeks ago. Of course, last week, because of the Super Bowl, we took a week off, but we do want to discuss what happened in Episode 2 and 3. And of course, I'm back with the same panel to the lovely Michelle. What's going on?
Hey.
And of course, my guy, Big E Money.
You know it. What up? What up?
Always in the building. Always count on E, man. Every show E is on there, man. I love that, bro. But yeah, man, we're back, man. So now the cool thing is we took a week off, so now we're kind of getting a little more deeper into the show, and some things are starting to translate. We're starting to see more character development. We're seeing more storylines go further along. But let's start back in episode 2 and some of the highlights from that. Not really to go real deep into it. But the biggest thing was we saw that from Power Book 1, we saw Liliana, and that's who was attacked Tommy. And at the end of episode 2, we saw that Tommy was trying to kill her, and then finds out that she's there, but finds she got all these drugs. So back in episode 3, Michelle, how did that Liliana reveal and her coming from Book 1? How did that sit with you? How'd that hit you? Stuff like that. So.
It's funny. I'm not gonna lie. I had to go back in the Rolodex. I'm like, who the hell was Liliana?
Yep.
Where she come from? But I like how they bridged an old character from that, that previous series into this one, and gives Tommy a little more grounds in this level. She came from the original series, and she went to Chicago to flee from them, and here she is. She got word that he was in town. She thought he came to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I really like that. I honestly didn't know where it was gonna go until this most recent episode, but I'm here for it.
Okay. Well, he's one of our fans, all of our channels too.
Yeah.
Seeing him, stuff like that.
Hey.
Mr. Urban Word.
Yeah. Yeah, I know where it's gonna go either. At all. What you thought about her when you saw her last week?
Yeah, like her, I had to realize. I'm like, who is this woman? Why do I remember her? Who is she? And why? What is she doing now? And then when they brought up the pink shoes, that's when I remember who she was and how she got that cut across her face.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, okay. So they went a little back. They went. They did like a little Marvel universe where they're building the universe and making sure everything connects. Yeah, it goes full circle.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I'm here for it.
Dope. And it's good. In fact, and then she mentioned Julio. Said Julio set her up in Chicago. So I always like Julio. Like, he was my guy. I was really mad when he died.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Julio.
Yeah. I remember you liked Julio too. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And then another highlight from the episode was we saw a little bit more what's going on with the Flynns, but then we also saw that Vic, and that he's not over Gloria at all, apparently, and that you see what you learned last week why they can't be together, because of the fact that she's black and his parents, not his parents, but the mafia
His
family
dad.
that he's
Yeah,
in.
they
gotta
got
have
off that.
Nah, I got to be all Italian only. I'm not Italian. I'm sorry. Irish only.
Irish.
But even if the dad was okay with it, the people in Ireland would shut it down.
Yeah, straight down.
Yeah. So he don't have. It's funny because their story is like on some Romeo and Juliet type stuff. Vic and Gloria, and it's very interesting to me. But and then she's like has her part to play too. So. How you feeling about Vic and Gloria, Michelle?
I like it, but at the same time, because love wants what love wants. You feel me?
Right.
But there's powers to be above Vic who won't allow it, and Gloria is like, listen, your dad's not with it, Ireland's not with it, and it is what it is. Vic, I think what we're starting to see is how he's going to take that controlling stalker vibe on Gloria. Joe. Yeah. He's going to take that vibe in a sense. But I think she likes him. He loves her. and we're just gonna have to see how it develops. You know, we know there's Tommy moving in on that land, but I don't. It has to evolve.
Right.
Go ahead.
Because I feel like I feel what she's saying, but it's like, all right, she busted, she letting Tommy bust it open every night. So it's like, how much love do you have for this man? Like you can see there's love there when they conversate and when they talk and when they look into each other's eyes. But how much love? You got the new guy, he already there knocking the boots.
Yeah,
All in the way.
because just to kind of
But in the real world, she's a single woman, so.
First of all, I agree with Michelle, and I think Vic should give him a woman too and stop playing.
Right, stop playing over there, sitting there whining and shit. Get you over head.
Yeah, because he's sitting there, I will say, outside the bar watching Tommy serve her drinks at her bar and stuff like that, stalking her in the last episode. And man, you got to get you a woman or something like that because it sounds like it's a rap for me. At the same time.
Did you see that cigarette flick where he was just like?
Yeah, I saw that, man. That was a stressful cigarette.
Yeah, definitely. So that I think that storyline is gonna go further. And then also last week we saw the whole thing happened last week was crazy because we saw, just to kind of put that to bed, but we saw the what's his name? I forget his name. The guy's in jail and he sent Ramos, I think his name is.
Yeah. The guy that was in jail.
Yeah, in the wheelchair. He sent his people to come after Diamond, and then they kidnapped Jannar as well, and then made them sell drugs for him. So we saw this Tommy and Diamond relationship developing more by them having to go through that conflict and make that money real quick and push that weight. So how did you like that development between the Tommy and Diamond character, Michelle, during that whole sequence?
I like that because previously, based off episode 1, I saw the evolution of Tommy and Jannar's character developing more. But as we continue to see, Jannar is more of the current hothead. Like, let's kill him, let's do this. He's more in 2021, where Diamond's, he's still operating from the mindset of 15 years ago.
Yep, old school.
I don't know if you remember that scene where they were in the car and they were kind of like the old heads reflecting when they were saying like, this is how we used to do it. Mm-hmm. So Tommy resonates more with that mindset than he does with Jannar. Yeah. So I appreciate the character development of Tommy and Diamond versus Tommy and Jannar. Jannar is like, let's bust him up real quick. And Diamond's like, listen, let's take a step back. I'm not with that shit right there, Jannar, my little brother. And this is how we're going to move forward. So I'm interested in seeing where it's going to go.
I'll talk about that because, Jannar wanted to hire the young boys as like hitters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Diamond was like, nah, like they could be liabilities. So what'd you think about that whole thing, E?
I like it. To me, it's like I get a lethal weapon vibe. And plus, I feel like Tommy needs a new ghost. You get what I'm saying? I think Tommy needs somebody that thinks more than anything. And that always helps this character having Ghost around. So I feel like this guy, he's a thinker, he's smart, and plus the brother has a cauliflower ear, so I already know he a little loopy right there. Any black dude with a cauliflower ear, there's something wrong with them.
See, the thing is that though, the fact that he been the one that been out 15 years, I feel like some of the stuff he's trying to say is right. How today is, you got to have some young hitters right now in today's.
You do. But he move off of emotion a lot too, though.
He do.
You see what I'm saying? He it's coming from here more than it's coming from here, and that always gets you in a jam when it comes to the streets.
Yeah, it's definitely true too. Well, he got some jealousy going on too.
As
well. And speaking of brothers, we also saw last week Tommy having more development with his brother. His brother told his whole story. We learned more about him and. He lost his son. So they kind of like developed JP a little bit more last week when he came out, I guess, to his ex-wife. And she ended up seeing the boy since he was young. But then we found out the boy is actually working with Diamond and Jannar. So that's really Tommy's nephew. So how did that hit you, Michelle, that whole thing with JP and his son and all that stuff?
It's funny because as much as it's necessary for the show, I really think we could do without it. I
Okay.
don't think it's I don't think it's a necessary character
Okay.
development per se. But I think I had text you when I said in the beginning in the scene when the dude shot up the bar,
Mm,
we saw what kind of gun it was, and then when the son went into the alleyway and they
mm,
pinned on that same gun. All right, so we
mm,
know that's the son, that's who it is.
Right.
They're both in the same city this whole entire time.
mm,
He knows who his dad is and where his
mm.
dad is.
You got a
Dad
picture of him.
doesn't know where he is and what
Right.
he's involved in.
Correct.
Right.
So
Right.
somewhere down the line, as the brother continues to develop with Tommy, and Tommy continues to develop with Diamond and Jannard, dad and son are going to cross lines.
Yeah.
That's how I see
It
it.
seems like to me the mother had to tell the son something more
Something.
about him for the son to be shooting up his bar like that, and he got a picture of him when he was little and stuff like that. So it seemed to me like something is there, and I
Right.
think, but I think that just my theory. I think that eventually Tommy gonna find out that that's his actual nephew, and
Mhm.
then have to kind of save or feel like he has to save him from either being involved or from something happening to him, stuff like that. So I feel like that's what's gonna happen. down
Yeah,
the
because the
line.
nephew's already trained to go. He's
Yeah.
he's trained to go, so it's too late to try to, rehabilitate him to make him soft and make him. He's already gone. He's
Right.
gone. He in the street and he's shooting up his dad's shit. So I feel like either a mom lied on the dad or he's upset about the dad's choice of living. If you
Right.
get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
And
know
it's
if he's
funny.
upset about his dad being like that. Nah, go ahead.
I really am not interested in Tommy developing any more love for people because we know we know him to be the shooter, the killer, and we know he
Right.
had a love for Ghost and his family, for Keisha, for
Mhm.
the redhead chick he choked out, back in the original Power
Mhm.
series. So we
Yeah.
know he has a love for women and their dealings, and then Ghost and Tommy. But now we've added in his. He didn't love his mom. Let's just call it what it is.
No, he love
But
Kate. No.
he didn't
Look
love
look
Kate.
look how she moved. She
Yeah.
got kids.
Right.
Other kids, you just yeah.
Kate then popped out with a whole black child.
A whole black child.
That she left. Like I'm out.
I'm out, right? Like I'm out. All right, I had it. Yeah, and
like I said, I'm not interested in seeing him develop that love side of him. We know him to be the killer, the strong one, the one in the streets his whole entire time. So that's going to add a soft element to his character that I don't know if it's necessary or not.
But is it a soft element? Because wouldn't that like replace? So he had Ghost family, right? So like Tyreek was his nephew. So wouldn't this
Right.
kid maybe replace the Tyreek aspect of him having a
Right.
nephew still? Like that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I
Because
look at it.
I would love for him to
Sure.
I would love for him to I would love for him to threaten Tariq and be like, I got a nephew your age. Watch your mouth. Right. I got a nephew your age. Watch your mouth. Simple shit.
Yeah, 'cause like you said, the nephew trained to go. Like you said,
Trained to go, right.
It's a reason why Jannard wanted to hire him and stuff like that. But I do feel your point, Michelle, about just that storyline. Like if you notice in episode 3 right now, I think JP only had the one scene where they was looking at the house with the little heights and chart stuff like that.
Yep.
So I think like
Yep.
the whole JP story can go without. They might try to flush it out more, later on, but they're doing it for a reason. I think the only reason they might be doing it though is because if without him, it'd be like, why did you stay in Chicago, Tommy, or whatever like that? You know what I mean?
Right.
I saw a theory on one of the Power Facebook groups, and the theory was that Tommy is somehow related to the Flynn family through his mother.
I think so too.
So
that
that
'cause he
may
did say that.
Yeah, that may develop. Now, if that develops, I'm here for it because that's going to be some interesting shit.
Yeah.
But,
And you know what I think
like
to kind of
this.
get into episode 3? I think that remember Tommy and JP was saying who's paying her medical bills. I think Walter's paying her for the nursing home. The grandma.
Oh,
Right. That's what I think.
Wow. That's crazy. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
he was looking in Tommy's eyes and saying some creepy stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. I
Tommy
think he
might
knows.
have that.
I think he knows Kate and the grandmom, for many years, some kind of way or something like that. I think he's paying for the medical because, like JP said, I don't know how to get him paid. So, if y'all know nursing homes not cheap, stuff like that.
No.
So, at all. So,
to keep him there that
They'll
long
take your
too.
house, your car,
Yeah, everything.
crib, and the dog. I want it all.
Nah, no cat, yo. They'll take that, yo.
Yeah, so
It's
somebody
cold.
with deep pockets like Walter, I could definitely see doing it. And whatever association I think whatever association that he has with Kate or the grandma, however the whole thing went down, I don't think the kids know. I don't think Claudia and Vic knows either.
Yeah, nah. I think the kids was probably there at different times anyway. Like, they slick. They some bad motherfuckers, man. Their parents ain't. Jeez, God,
Some
damn,
plain
shit.
kids.
What, man? And then you know what else I'm about to ask you guys about the Flynns? That seems like it's a three-way problem. You got the original, you got the son, and then you got that wild ass daughter. That
daughter is
sounds
the
like
wild
chaos.
one.
Yeah, that sounds like chaos is about to.
First of all, the daughter is a wild card. Have y'all ever seen Banshee? Either one of y'all?
Yeah.
Bro, she's on Banshee. First, we should watch Banshee, Michelle. She's on
Banshee crazy.
Yeah, she on there. The main character, stuff like that.
Yeah, she is.
She wild on there too. Like, the daughter is a wild card, for real.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah, you'll like Banshee. Banshee crazy. I know you like Banshee because
that's my
Yeah. But anyway, I think she's a wild card, but she got this new drug she's talking about that's out that they figured out from diet pills, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
crazy. I'm guessing her girlfriend works in some sort of lab. It seems like, and put her on that it's a drug.
Yeah, put her on to the drug.
Right, and now they're trying to distribute it. I guess they're gonna try to, multiply it and distribute it, and the dad don't want to hear it. So it seems, what's weird is that Walter and Diamond, they hate each other, right? But they're really alike because they both want to keep it old school, where like Jannard and then the Flynn kids want to try this new stuff. Diamond and Walter are like, nah, let's keep it the way it was. So what do you think about Claudia, Michelle, and just her arc and wanting to go with her way, and then how she's treated as far as like as being the only woman and stuff like that in the family.
Well, to go to your point, so Walter and Diamond are from the old school. They have a history that predates Diamond's incarceration.
Right.
So neither of them want to see change because they're protected by the current. Diamond knows what works. Walter knows pills is what works. And neither of them want to see the evolution of what could be a new product hit the streets, or Diamond in this case, a partnership between him and the Flynns, or even Walter, a partnership between him and the blacks, as he calls them. As far as Claudia,
he went in. We'll get to that. He went in.
Yeah.
As far as Claudia is concerned, when you look at traditional roles within those, particular cultures and families, he has set Claudia to run those books, to stay in your lane, sis. Do what you're told. This is what your responsibility is. Don't cross the line or open the door where the men are. And as we see, Claudia has her eyes to the streets, and she knows that there's a new drug on the rise, and she knows that there's money to be made off of it. But she continues to be shunned by her dad, and as we see even her brother too. Now, Vic knows that, they need to edge into new territory to make up for lost profits for one, and for also to, bridge new partnerships. But Vic is on the side of his dad because he knows dad got cancer or whatever sickness he has, and he's soon to inherit that fortune and their empire. So he's not going to stray away too far from dad because he doesn't want to lose dad's dad's ability to say, hey, Vic, I'm dying, this is yours. But at the same time, he doesn't want to also, say, hey, Claudia, what's this, the new drug that you got going on? Let's bring it into the twofold. So it's, when he set her out to do that mission with the Alterman, I kind of felt as a woman disrespected.
He was pepping her a little bit. Yeah.
Right.
Not a little bit, a lot of it.
A lot of it. But then again,
out his daughter.
And again, that shows you he don't pay attention. Because if you paid attention, you would know how she's giving it up. You would know what type of person your daughter is. That's not even the way she rolled.
Yeah, she's
Like,
not bi.
That's
She's
not
straight.
right.
She's straight
She's
lesbian.
right.
Yeah.
She's straight lesbian, but again, she's here for the family too. So she's going to do what dad says to do to keep the mission going. But as we see later down the line, she has her own agenda as well. So Claudia is very smart in realizing where the opportunities are, but she's going to play the game on both sides. You see.
I mean, she has to. She got new product. That stuff is supposed to be what? Cocaine without the side effects and without the all the chemicals and death that it can cause. So like,
yeah,
I agree with her. I agree. I can see what she's doing. I can see
Plus,
what she's planning.
smart, right? Because remember, she said like we're down 12% in the last 6 months. So she really analyzing the numbers and stuff like that. Where if you know, like the old school people, like they don't believe in analytics and stuff like that. Like they don't really analyze, why they're down and what they can do to improve. They're just like, we'll just keep pushing. It'll turn around. Which Walter keeps saying and stuff like that. But so he's got to figure out ways to actually do it. But Walter, he knows he's dying too. So I feel like he's really trying to push Vic because he also knows he's dying. And I don't know if it's just Walter's mentality or if it really is coming from overseas with Ireland as far as like Claudia having more power. As far as what she can do.
I think it's overseas because he's very legitly, he runs it one way and it's the old way. So I feel like when he told his son, he was like, you can't do certain things because if you do, the wrath will come right upon you. They'll come down here.
It'll be fatal.
It'll be fatal. They'll straight clean you up. So he's definitely talking about somebody else with power.
Yeah, and the long-term foreshadowing, it's like it's the third time he said this. I feel like somebody gonna come from over there.
Yeah,
with more power.
and they gonna be batshit crazy. I'm telling you, they're gonna be a nut.
I feel like that too.
I hope so. Like, remember in the original series with Milan, how they introduced him and he was an overseas character?
Yeah,
that will add some depth to the storyline.
Yeah,
so it will give us a new villain who's not a Chicago.
That's what I want. I want a
Chicago
villain that's gonna give it to Tommy raw. Like I need that. I don't need Tommy facing villains with all they little shit going on inside their own house. I need somebody that's gonna come down and bring it straight to him.
Yeah,
and see how he really go.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Tommy, let's go back to what we're talking about with him. So with the last episode, but on this episode, we see that he decides to work with Liliana, and she got the drugs, got the Jimenez stamp on it. We kind of like your tattoo a little bit, the Jimenez stamp on it. show your tattoo real quick, whatever. On the card a little bit, but
let me find out something here.
Yeah, right. Jimenez.
They watching, Mike. They watching.
I know, right? So, but anyway, she says this whole story that she develops about how she got the drugs. And Tommy's like, "Yo, that's how much was it? 30 bricks? No, it was
30K a brick.
30K a brick or whatever. 10 bricks.
So 300,000.
Yeah. So he's like, yo, you did that and they ain't coming back for it, like blah blah blah. So Tommy already suspicious, but he like, yo, let's sell it. Right,
so it's pure.
Yeah. Pure. So he get her to the crib or whatever. She undresses so she can cook it. Cut it up and stuff. And Tommy done forgot how to do it and everything like that. But they do have this partnership. They go out together in the town. They see the Flynn's together, Walter together. The dude with the mustache. I forget his name. Trying to holler at her, whatever like that. And but they are so. Michelle, what do you think of Tommy's decision to keep her alive and him and Liliana's partnership right now?
Tommy doesn't need any more enemies than what he has in this brand new city. Mm-hmm. So he realized that, he stumbled upon her drugs. That wasn't his MO when he went to go approach her to kill her. Right. So he knows that she's sitting on something. And even though she has in her possession, 10 bricks now, wherever she got them from is an opportunity that he may develop in the future. But he also knows that, she used to work for them. So she knows how to do this. She knows how to do that. and she's a resource that he could tap into.
Mm-hmm.
He just got his brand new bachelor pad,
Mm-hmm.
so that's his home base now, where he could cut, put together and distribute.
And it's
he
perfect
needs
for
to
him to
build a
cut.
team. It's perfect for him to cut, but he doesn't have anybody working under him. He has an affiliation with Walter and Vic in a sense. He has an affiliation with Diamond and Jannard in a sense, but he doesn't have anybody directly with him or under him who can help move his own shit. His own stuff. So I think that's the reason why he kept her alive. But now with this 50-50 split, we're going to see them working together more. But I got a feeling somewhere down the line, she's going to undercut him and she got to go.
What would you? How about you? What do you feel about the partnership now with him and Liliana?
I like the partnership. I feel like he was cutting the product also, just so the people that own it with the spider on the on the brick.
Yeah.
Though, if they cut it like that and they don't dish it out pure and they cut it like that, then nobody could tell where his coke is coming from.
Oh,
if he
smart.
If he dished that shit out like that, if he just straight dish it out like how it was, they're gonna know. Oh yeah, and then Jimenez is gonna get word. Wait, hold up, Tommy again? He touching our shit, our product?
Right,
we gotta go down there.
Right.
So that's very smart.
Yeah, and also you get more money if you cut it too. So
yeah, right.
Right.
Like double, and also think to your old point, Michelle. I think with JP, and him telling him his debt was over almost 200,000. I think they try to. I guess Tommy's motivation being just I want cash. I feel like the writers want us to make it feel like okay, he wants this cash to help his brother. So it's more motivation to do what he's doing. So that's why JP's debt is so big, this particular time. Because I forgot about that part, from this episode.
He said over what, 200,000?
It was like 196.
190 something. Yeah.
That's basically 200 grand.
200 grand. Yeah.
Yeah, 200 grand.
That's something to work towards.
Yeah.
And I love when Tommy say, "I see what I can't do." You know what I mean? Never. I see what I can't do.
Right, because the brother said he want the money, right? Because he was like, "Yo, it's illegal or not?" That's another thing. Like being where the brother's from and all the stuff like that. I'm surprised he's like, "Yeah, I want the money if it's illegal and stuff like that." Like,
right, man. Shut the hell up and take it, because that's what I did.
Right. I'm thinking the same thing. Like, first of all, this man from New York. You don't know what happened in New York. Don't worry about that. Just take the money.
Take the money and go on. You don't know if he won the Powerball and he moved out here. I'm not even asking questions. Let me get that. Thank you.
And he also knows when Tommy had left the bar, when they had that scene where when he called him and he came right after the shootout, Tommy said, "I got a way to make money." So that immediately alludes to the fact that, all right, you new in this city and you coming to me with 25K. There's only one way you got this money in 24 hours.
Right.
Not everybody wants to touch blood money. Not everybody does.
So do you think ultimately that, he obviously going to find out because he's in the same city. So do you think JP, that will make him like be standoffish from Tommy, or will he ultimately get down with it and say, okay, I'm cool with it? What do you think, Michelle?
All right, let me turn on my 2022 lens.
Okay.
And be politically correct here.
Okay.
And say, sure. We gotta be open to all opportunities here. Everybody lives lives differently, and he may be open to it.
What you think? You think JP find out that Tommy's like, being a hustler, selling drugs, he's gonna be like, I really don't want to mess with you like that, or he's gonna be like, all right, I can help you out, whatever. What you think?
Hopefully in the timing he runs into his son, because your son's a nut, brother. So you have no reason to be trying to take this high road. Like, do what I'm telling you to do, grab what I'm telling you to grab, and that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. I got you. I think we're gonna see his mom too, the kid's mom at some point too as well.
Oh my god!
I think we will. Me personally. Your boy.
I don't understand how they would evolve
my boy
the character to bridge them three.
Say it again, now, Michelle.
I said I really can't foresee how they would evolve the characterization to bridge those three between Tommy, JP, and his son. Like, what would have to happen for JP to be reunited with his son 14 years later
Drama.
with Tommy involved.
Drama. Either the son goes to shoot up the shop again and sees Tommy in there and goes, "Wait, hold, what the?"
Well, we saw Tommy talk to the kid, right? Which is saying I want to get into
Right.
when they made the
Right.
bet. He
Yep.
actually took the kid money, $500
Right.
or whatever. real quick.
$500, right?
Yeah.
Right. He's like, I
So-
ain't sweating it.
Yeah, but if you look at that scene with the picture, the kid knows who his dad is.
He
That's
do.
my point,
He do.
right? But he
That's-
don't know who Tommy is yet, right? So I feel like somehow here's the real question, right? First of all, do JP know what the kid looks like right now today? Or he
No.
just
No.
okay,
No.
all right. So he'll know what he looks like today. I feel like somehow Jannar or Diamond or whoever gonna wind up sending the kid with Tommy somewhere, and they might stop by and see JP. But the kid know who the dad is,
Right.
And the
Right.
kid ain't gonna say nothing though. And remember, JP don't even know what he looked like or whatever.
Tommy
And then
gonna catch it.
Tommy gonna catch it. I feel like at some point, and he gonna put it together. I agree with E on that part. That's
Watch that be next episode.
Right.
I don't
Right,
know.
no.
I'm just guessing though.
Yeah, we guessing, y'all, but it might be
Yeah.
for real.
It's go because they ain't have him. They didn't have Tommy have dialogue with that kid for no reason. They're definitely gonna intertwine online stuff like
Right,
that.
and it didn't show the gun nor him in the little alleyway leading up to that door,
With the picture
jumping
for no
on
reason.
that gun in that picture for no reason. So we're going to see something develop, but just how, and again, will it be necessary?
Yeah,
Just like that fight.
That's my next thing. So before we get to the fight, though, we see the brothers go to the baseball field. They're talking about their youth and then trying to improve the city. And, and I didn't really get this because, they obviously are drug dealers. So Jannar's like, yo, let's take some of this money we're using and build a new field and give it back to the community. But then Diamond is like, nah, I don't want to make it with dirty money. So, and they're going back and forth like that for a while. Then they're pitching and they have, one argument, which we also see is being recorded by Dirty Cop, which we get into him a little bit later. Or something.
Right.
So follow up, another scene where Tommy comes in and tries to set the meeting up between Diamond and Walter. Jannar ain't about it. Starts another argument with those two, which Jannar's like, look, we're just going to have to fight and see whoever wins, they're going to be in control. And then Diamond ultimately wins and says he'll take the meeting. So, Michelle, what do you feel about the whole Diamond and Jannar this episode?
Again, Diamond's from the old school. He's been away for 15 years. And Jannar has been the one who's held down CPI since Diamond's been gone and evolved it into what we see it is today. It's a story of old school versus new school. I think at a certain point we're going to see, and as we did with the fight, those two, there's two lifestyles between Diamond and Jannar are going to clash. Diamond doesn't want no new heat. He's been locked up for 15 years. He wants to come out to a clean slate, start CPI all over again with his new mindset. And Jannar is like, nah, we got hitters on the corner right here, protecting the shot. This is what it's going to be from now on. And as we see, those new guys who are with him, they only respect Jannar. They don't respect nothing Diamond say. We saw that with the scene in the barbershop where Tommy brought the bag and they put the guns on him. So, fast forward to that, we see the scene where, JP's son was that wasn't JP's son, that was the other guy. And Jannar was talking about the car and he said, this is going to split CPI down the line. Mm-hmm. I think at a certain point, JP might have to get rid of his brother.
Jannar.
In order to... Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
No, Diamond is going to have to get rid of Jannar.
Oh, Diamond. Okay, got you. All right.
Mm-hmm. Diamond's going to get rid of Jannar.
Yeah, I agree. I also feel like Jannar is a lot smarter than Diamond think. Is a lot smarter than we think. Anytime somebody kick you and tell you feel that shit going through your nervous system and is breaking down the pain you feel is way more deadlier than what you think. When he kicked his brother, he told his brother that kick was going to his nervous system. And I'm looking at Diamond's face. Diamond is listening to what his brother's saying to him and feeling exactly what his brother is saying to him. I'm telling you, a cauliflower ear is a dangerous motherfucker.
How did you? Well, before I get to that, just want to thanks Chris for watching. Stadia Pros in the building. He says, "So glad we're back to Tommy. Forget Ghost Kid." Meaning Tariq. Tommy's where it's at, but I think they need to figure out what to do with Tommy soon. They're building, which I agree with.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Time, I guess time you're gonna have to help him take Tommy. You're gonna have to help him take care of his brother." Interesting. And Tom's going to end up hooking up with another ghost type character. Okay,
right, because that's
Now,
what I get from
is that
Diamond.
ghost type character Diamond?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I get. I get a thinker vibe from him before action. But then again, it's crazy. It's crazy because the other brother is a real thinker though. He may act like he's not.
What'd you feel about
I
the
don't
fight
think
itself?
so.
Like as far as them, him saying, "Let's fight it out." Like, what'd you feel about that aspect?
I thought that was fugazi.
Okay.
I thought that was a test to see even where he was at, like to see where his brother is at. Can he even handle his brother now? All that. I think he was testing. He was like a kid when you tell him, "Yo, don't touch that. It's hot," and they touch it anyway. That's what I think he was doing.
Gotcha.
Because again, he kicked him and broke down what the man was feeling and where he kicked him at.
In the episode, he said he took a dive, like he knew.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You're not beating that man when it comes to that.
Yeah,
He's more dangerous.
I do think this won't be their last fight. But go ahead, Michelle. What you gonna say?
Now, you know how I was talking about old school versus new school, right?
Right.
And you talk about the fight where, Jannar broke down to him, "Oh, I hate you here. This is going to attack your nervous system." So whereas, Diamond is used to boom, 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 knock out, Jannar has more of that MMA background.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows his fighting techniques has evolved. Now, will we see them come down the line and say, all right, there's not going to be any more partnership in CPI. CPI is cut down the middle now. And I don't think that it's going to be a point where Gerard is really going to back down to Diamond.
I think he's going to before I get to that, Diamond's brother Jannar is very cerebral. Diamond should watch out.
Right.
I think he's going to act. I think he's going to act like he's backing down, right? But in the background, still be like running things, try to get his spot. He also going to let Diamond fall. You know what I mean? Like
right on his face, yeah.
And say like, "Well, look, you ain't running it right." I think Jannar is cerebral. Actually, I agree.
Yeah, he is.
But when you say let Diamond fall, I think that's why Diamond is forming an alliance with Tommy.
Right,
because he knows that he can't form an alliance with his own brother anymore.
But here's the thing about Tommy. Tommy forming an alliance for money. Tommy forming no alliance at all. He's just about the money.
He just want money, right?
Yeah. So Tommy right in the middle.
What we see now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Diamond and him are gonna have a buildup of friendship as they go through what they go through.
Even when you see Tommy and Vic, right, in this episode, which we'll get to, but like they wasn't on the animosity stuff. They was like together trying to make the sales stuff like that. So I feel like Tommy's about the money. Like, you know what I mean? If you can make your money, I'll roll with you. Black, white, Latino, Tommy with the United Nations. He don't give a damn.
And I don't know if you guys ever read The Art of War, the book of The Art of War, but there's a thing in the book of The Art of War where it says never outshine the master. Even if you are better than the master, you're doing better than the master, you still never outshine them. And that's what I think his brother did in the ring. He didn't outshine him. He just let it be how he wanted it to look until he can get a better plan going.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so moving forward, so then we see Diamond does agree to go in this meeting. So they meet at the bar. It's Vic, Walter, and the little bodyguard dude. So apparently we get more backstory. So apparently back in the day, somebody got killed in the Flynn crew. They blamed it on Diamond. Then they killed about 9 black dudes to get back at them. The black guys want to retaliate, but Diamond said, "No, I don't want no more bloodshed." But Walter said, "I should have did more," but he didn't. So the whole meeting for Walter was really to set up kind of to bring back up old shit.
To talk shit, right.
Yeah, talk stuff. So and Tommy's left there like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? Because again, I think in that scene to me, you notice a couple things. One, you get that history between Walter and Dime, which we didn't know, but also you notice Tommy is a fish out of water. Like he don't know how Chicago is running. So to him, it's like, yo, we're about getting money in New York, but Chicago is like, no, y'all push y'all stuff here, we push our stuff there, and we don't intertwine. So E, let's go to E first. How you felt about that whole scene in the bar, that meeting, stuff like that?
I thought that shit was nutty, man. I figured Tommy should have known a little bit more because you're dealing with an older dude that's been running shit his way. Like for real, if the nigga wasn't sick, he'd probably still be in top shape running shit his way. So I feel like Tommy slept on that part right there, and I think he slept on the history between the two. Like the history's not good. You got the guy with the mustache even jumping up talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like, because anybody with a hot head would have shot that motherfucking restaurant up talking like that. Straight up. I'm not trying to hear that shit. So, I respect Diamond for like he told him, this ain't on you, this on the city. Like this is what the city is like. This is what you got to dealing with Chicago people. And that was real. But I did like the son checking his dad, like, what the fuck you doing? Dog, you talking about I'm supposed to take over, you fucking it up for me. I'm trying to get the bag. It's about the money. So the son was with it.
And also I'm sure the son, Vic, was probably much younger when this conversation happened between Diamond and Walter, whatever happened. So maybe he wasn't as privy.
15 years ago.
Right.
And I guarantee
at least 15 years ago.
And you could tell Diamond ain't the person to do that. That's the only thing I don't understand about the Flynn guy. Being around somebody like that all the time, or even if y'all not in business, that's the person that runs the other side of the city. You would know how that person acts and moves, wouldn't you?
But didn't Diamond say he changed though? Was he hot head before? No, that's the whole thing.
Okay.
Because he did put my man in the wheelchair in jail. You know what I mean?
I'm getting brother vibes.
Rojas.
Yeah.
Rojas. I'm getting brother vibes though, man. I'm getting like vibes that the brother did something.
I don't know, Michelle. What do you think about that whole bar scene, that meeting?
It was interesting. It was interesting because we got to see the history of Diamond and Walter's relationship going, that predates, Diamond's incarceration.
Uh-huh.
Tommy is a fish out of water in this sense. He is applying New York rules and Tommy's desire to make money on both sides. Because remember, he said, I only want 5% from every deal.
Right.
So, Tommy's coming in with like, you do this, I'm here, I'm going to make my money. But it's not that gravy because they have their old history. Mm-hmm. So Tommy, I think, is going to take a step back and let the situation, chill out, but also mature a little bit. Because at the end of the day, empires only grow when they evolve. So in this sense, Pills is going to eventually die out for Walter and the Flint organization. Diamond needs, more product. So somewhere down the line, this is the bridge is going to be crossed, but it's going to be Tommy that does it. That whole history with, blacks don't cross blacks, whites don't cross whites. We're going to see Tommy kind of merge that, but it's just not going to be right now because of that history.
Yeah, I can agree.
And the thing about Tommy is Tommy's agenda is for Tommy and Tommy's pockets only. But as we see in Chicago, it's not like New York where, every dog is on its own. They have these true historical lines that we will not cross. You have the North, we have the South. Yeah. We do this, you do that, and that's it. But Tommy is like every man for himself. And that's not how it works in Chicago, whereas that's how it works in New York.
Yeah, because even with Diamond in jail, the Flints haven't tried to come back after them the whole time. So apparently they set the lines, and that's it. They're good to go. Like, you got this, I got that. And, Tommy definitely, is learning, I guess. And maybe that meeting wasn't, what he thought it would be. He should have maybe did more homework about the history between those two.
Right. That's what he should have did.
That takes too long. It does take long
to ask some questions around.
For somebody like Tommy, yeah.
Yeah, but for them, but people know what happened between Diamond and Waltz, I'm sure.
Right. Tommy could have asked, "Oh, girl, he's sleeping with."
Yeah, she definitely know.
She definitely
Gloria.
know. Yeah, she definitely know.
But she don't know. Remember, she don't know she's tied to them because remember. Well, I'm sure you'll get to that question, but we'll see how that plays out in the end of that episode. So Tommy doesn't know what it is between her and Vic yet.
All right, got you. Okay, so we see Tommy leave the bar, and then we see some new police, and they're checking him out, like who's this new guy in town and stuff like that. And then they and they got the players. But let's talk about the other police that we know. I guess this is like a black Irish dude, this guy. So apparently he's on the payroll for the Flynn's, and then Vic has to bail out his boys, and that's not supposed to happen because they got him on the payroll. But he says that it's above me now. You got to go to the alderman. So when he first came in the barbershop, I wasn't sure what he was about, but I was surprised he was on the payroll for the Flynn's. I thought it was like a cop, you know what I mean, who was clocking Diamond them shop at first like that, right?
You know who I thought he was? I thought he got sent by the boy in the wheelchair. I thought that's who he called. Yeah, that's what got me. I'm like, why he called this black motherfucker sitting in the shop like that?
So, but that whole thing with him and Vic, where Vic is like, he still gave him another envelope, obviously, to keep doing his part. And then, like you alluded to earlier, Michelle, we'll see later on the whole alderman thing, which we'll get into a little bit. But how'd you feel about him working for the Flynn's? And then we see him again taping Jannard and Diamond. What do you feel about that character? Where it's going to go, Michelle? The dirty cop.
Going back to the first episode and seeing who he was for the first time, and then he doesn't appear again to this most recent episode where we see that he's working for the Flynn family. I do not like how those are the only two connections we have, because it's like, all right, boom, I'm gonna pop into the barbershop. I'm gonna see you, Diamond. I know who you are. Next thing you know, y'all gonna find out that I'm on payroll for the Flynn family. Whereas in reality, we know those two don't cross lines.
Right.
So what really are you doing here, brother man? As are you a spy? Are you trying to see what CPI is doing? What's really your role here? I think at some point or another, he's going to cross the Flynn family, to be honest with you.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, what you think? Go ahead, you about to say something?
I agree with her on his weirdness, but I don't know. Because he messed me up when he was in the barbershop. But the threat I got from him in the barbershop was a little dark, right? Like, didn't it seem like he would pull the trigger on that motherfucker if he had to. Like, that's the feeling I got from him being in the barbershop. Like, that was a threat. Like, you think I'll kill you up in here? Why you by yourself right now?
Yeah. If I get to that, let me forget what she said. I'm wondering what Tommy's actually motive or what direction the show will take. Tommy is way too hot to be the kingpin of Chicago. So I guess
of course.
So
I don't think that's Tommy's motive.
Me either. Well,
no.
Tommy
want the money. Yeah, Tommy just want the money. He want the cash.
Yeah,
he don't want the empire. He want the money.
You're right.
Tommy's more direct now.
I think Diamond is going to be the one.
The kingpin is a long-term plan.
I'm telling you, I think Diamond is going to turn to ghost in a way, a type of ghost.
I don't see that, but I'll get to that in a second. But first, this cop. I feel like I don't think he's going. I think the cop is also motivated by money. So I think that he might turn on the Flynn's if CBI or primarily probably Jannard, because I feel like Diamond wouldn't work with him, offer them more money. I feel like he would for that.
So he don't have no Irish bloodline in him?
I don't think there's no loyalty to them, though. Honestly, I think he do got Irish bloodline.
If he got Irish bloodline, then he ain't turning.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it go deep.
I don't think the showrunners are going to run it that deep.
I think they are. I think it's his bloodline is going to go deeper than what we think.
Okay, we'll see. So you were talking about so then we saw, like I said, so then we see they do have the meeting. So you got Gloria, which again Michelle alluded to, and Vic and Walter. discussing the cop won't no longer be there for them. And like we say, kind of pimped her out a little bit. Well, not kind of. He pimped her out, like he said, stuff like
He
that.
pimped her all the way out.
Yeah, as far as saying wear something tight, wear something, whatever.
Yeah, he was wild.
But then we get to the dinner, right? And all of them are like, I got the special wine for you. I got to make a special buttery fish that I don't even make all the time, stuff like that. And she's like, look, man, I'm here about this meeting. Like, what's up? And so then, she kind of get a little heated and stuff. And he said, we got some things in common. We both eat kitty cat, whatever, the third.
Yeah,
so,
he was.
But then, that's going to take a turn, though. And he says that, like, yo, your family needs me, so I'll make the terms. And then we see the dark side of Gloria. She said, speaking of family, how's your daughter doing? Stuff like that. I like her uniform.
I like her uniform. She had that phone.
And then, and he says, okay, you know what? The terms will say what they are, blah, blah, blah. So how you felt about that whole scene and seeing Gloria, like, step up a bit, Michelle, in that situation?
Again, she was set on a mission, In her dad's eyes, she plays two roles. So she's the bookkeeper / accountant. She keeps a hold of, how they're trending financially. But she's also the pussycat.
Right.
She's the pussycat. She's the one who he apparently sends out for launch to, lure men to get them on his team. And we see where she goes to meet the alderman, hey, we're paying you along with this cop here to keep our family out of jail, our associates out of jail, so we can skate under the radar. And, as we see with her performance, it's like, all right, she pulls up, this is what it is. He's like, nah, like, you're going to keep them bags running. And she reminds him, I know who you are, just like you know who we are. So let's keep these numbers the same and we'll have no problems. And homeboy's like, all right, cool. Let me just tuck this envelope real quick. So it's crazy how her dad sees her playing such a minor part, but she plays such a strong part as the only woman that we see from the Flynn family who's not only keeping the business legitimate off front, but she's keeping these men in check.
Right.
So, as her character continues to develop, with the Flynn family, and now we see her moving her on her own roads, Claudia's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Okay. I do. I agree totally. I agree about that because she's also the only female in the family that's doing much, and as the female in the family, she's checking shit where the others don't check shit. The brother be letting motherfuckers piss all over his shoes, basically. Say whatever they want. He always getting disrespected somewhere.
Yes.
The dad don't know how to take certain shit, and then he disrespects himself and disrespects others. But her, she shut shit down from the gate. Like, all right, listen, I'm not about to play with you. You're not talking like you run shit because you don't run shit. The only reason you doing this is because we allowing you to do this and we giving you the money unless we give somebody else the money. And if you keep talking slick, your daughter is going to get dirt on her motherfucking uniform. Meaning, you want to find her, you need a shovel. Right. You need a shovel.
We knew what that meant.
Right. Like, yeah. So I feel like she's demanding. Like she I mean, when you go further on the episode, I'm gonna bring her back up about how she even she's the
no. Let me go further just to wrap her up or whatever, because we see that she kind of pulls up on Tommy and she gets him off and everything, and then she pops out the whip or whatever, and like, okay, I had to see who was this dude, Tommy or whatever like that, and she tell him like, listen, I got some stuff that's gonna maybe change what you thinking and stuff like that. So, what do you think? What do you think will happen with her and Tommy as far as like business wise, and how she will try to use him or vice versa, Michelle, Claudia?
When you think back to Diamond and Jannard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Diamond is for the future, Jannard's for the future, but in their own retrospective ways.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Claudia is for the future. Vic is for the past because he's leaning on what Dad got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Claudia knows that pills ain't gonna cut it no more for their books.
Mm-hmm.
They're 12% in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
they
she
drop
and her little girlfriend, they drop it. She and her little girlfriend have a new product on the line that she knows she has to get in front of a new audience to help her family out. Claudia knows her worth more than her dad and her brother do. And we're going
Right.
to see her character pop out of the shadows of the Flynn family and develop more with Tommy or whoever other partnerships she can continue to take on as she continues to develop. But sis is here to play games, and she's already she's
You're right.
already she's not hiding behind the shadows for who we thought she would be because her dad and her brother, run the legitimate family business and the drugs, the drugs on the streets. Claudia's like, no, I know what I got my hands on, and I'm here for it. So this is the guy I need to put my product in front of. We gonna make this happen.
Okay.
I'm here for Claudia. I'm a Claudia.
I see. If you're her fan now, wait till you watch Banshee. Trust me, whatever like that.
Right.
But,
You're really gonna like her crazy ass.
yeah. But Sadia Pro says when I say Diamond is gonna be a ghost-like character, I mean the way Ghost was coming up on the streets.
Right. That's why I feel the same way, yo.
I want to know where the coke is coming from. What distro? I guess talking about the Jimenez coke, but
Jimenez family, right?
Yes, Jimenez
from
family.
Liliana.
With Liliana. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that crazy one.
Yeah,
that nuts.
So how you felt about her rolling up on Tommy? That whole scene right there, Claudia.
Man, that was gangster. That was real gangster. First of all, she pulled up, looked at him from the side of the window, like, yeah, let me get a good look at you real fast. Oh yeah, you don't
in
even
her
seem
G-Wagon.
like, right
Yeah.
in her G-Wagon. You don't even seem that type. What everybody's saying. Let me pull up and cut you off. Like, yo, that was boss. That was real boss.
Yeah.
I had to give it to her, man. I had to give it to her. Out of her family, she represented the best. She looked like she looked like she was straight cartel. She pulled up on bro, put her G-Wagon in front of him, held traffic, and was like, yeah, let me tell you what's going on. And I respect it. I give her that. I respect it. I like how they did her as a character.
That's right. Our pro, that is the Jimenez cartel, the Spider.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
So speaking of her family, and another scene we got. So at that same meeting with the Walter and we see Vic. From there, Vic he sends Vic to go with Tommy. So they go to try to get rid of these drugs. They run up on some crazy ass disco DJ high ass dude over like that. He got the girl all messed up. She can't get out. We got skinny fat Tony.
Keto.
Keto Tony right now.
Yeah, Keto Tony.
Over there. And then we see though, like, Tommy and Vic are actually at this point, working well together, which is a difference from what we saw in the area episodes, stuff like that. And then Tommy's like, listen, here's a pillow. You want to kill him? Tony's like, listen, it's the elevator we got. Like, man, it's fucked up, Tony.
Tony gave him straight up. I got kids. Man, that elevator can lift 2,000 pounds, man.
Yeah. And then they get back and they tell the dad, and the dad's like, yo, we can still, call Colin or whatever like that. And that happened. But we already talked about the meeting, what happened after that. But how you felt about Vic and Tommy together in this episode, Michelle?
I like it, but only to a certain extent.
Okay.
Because remember when we had the discussion 2 weeks ago where we say pussy runs everything?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Gloria is the one thing that's going to draw them apart. They're working for the common interest, which is that bread. But we all know that they're arch enemies when it comes down to Gloria.
Right.
Because Tommy is running on. No, because the thing is, Vic knows who Tommy is and how he's encroached on Gloria.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tommy doesn't know who Gloria
Tommy don't know
belongs
none
to,
of that.
which is Vic. Right. So that's the one upper hand that Vic has on Tommy. And I found that interesting when they were, doing that whole, all right, we're brothers, we're going to run up and, do these drug deals together. Because Vic already knows what it is with Tommy encroaching on Gloria. So
yeah, see, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm talking about Stadia Pro comment there, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing how the common interest, which is the drugs, is going to continue to form Tommy and Vic's relationship. But at the end of the day, it's gonna come to a head at a certain point.
Okay, I'll let E go before I give my comment on Pro's comment. Go ahead, E.
Nah, I agree with her. When it comes between them two, the Shorty is gonna make or break. Shorty's gonna make or break the son, regardless with anything he's doing.
Yeah,
it ain't just Tommy. It's with the dad. It's with anybody he's doing business with. I think Shorty has more control over that. But I feel like I don't know if Tommy's really in love with that or anything.
That was what I was going to say, right? About Pro when he
he's
said
not that vested yet.
When he said that Tommy going to kill him over her, I don't feel like he would because
I don't feel like he would.
He just at this point he only smashed a couple times. Like he don't even know her. Like it took Tommy years to fall for like Keisha or even the other chick. Like Tommy might smash, but he don't really fall that fast. Stuff like that's like I'm gonna kill this man over you or something like that. Like I don't feel like Tommy's that. Now it can happen seasons down the line, maybe. But I don't feel like it's at that point yet. At this point, and honestly, I see more chemistry when Vic and Gloria be like having their conversations than I do with Tommy and Gloria.
Right? Yeah, I just think they're smashing.
Because Tommy is hit to quit it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
He is though. He is. Like,
he is.
You see how quick he answered her when he was outside the restaurant? She was like, "Oh, I didn't. Now I know what you do." He was like, "You didn't ask."
Right.
Kept it pushing. Like it wasn't like, "Oh, you didn't ask. I'm sorry, I ain't tell you." No, it was you didn't ask. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a little I don't see that, but it's cool. I kind of like seeing those two together. For some reason, like the first episode, they made Vic really unlikable. I'm trying to like Vic a little bit, honestly. So
the son, right?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's like I don't know if it was because like how he shot Colin. I didn't see that coming this episode. You know what I mean? Or it's just something about like he can't win. Maybe like an underdog. Like he can't get Gloria. The dad's always on his back and shit like that. He got no respect in the streets. So I'm like, y'all feel bad for Vic.
Vic is the underdog. He's the underdog that I think we're going to see continue to grow into. It's crazy. When you think about power, right? Tommy and Ghost. It was Tommy and Ghost. I think in this series, Tommy is going to have hitters on this side and hitters on this side. And he's going to be the common denominator. So, but everybody around him is going to continue to elevate as he elevates. I hope that's the way it goes. But there's going to be a war in there somewhere.
It sounds like it would go that way, but like I said, we always forgetting about that sister. When you mention Tommy and that brother, you got to mention that sister. That sister, I feel like she will crumble that boy. Like if he get in her way, I feel like she can get the brother out her way easy.
And it's going to come when Walter dies. I bet you.
Oh yeah,
right.
I bet you.
That's what I'm saying. And I guarantee on the other end with the brothers, same type of shit.
But here's two things. One, I want to say Pro's comment. Tommy almost killed the man out back of the club for disrespecting him. What's he gonna do with somebody disrespect the woman he's sleeping with? I told him
nothing.
He
cares about himself. Of course, he cares about himself. That's Tommy. You disrespect me, I'm gonna damn near kill you. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes Gloria and he just got there, but I don't think he's as vested as he was with Keisha.
At all.
Really.
Again, he explained himself to Keisha. He told her shit he wasn't supposed to tell her. Like that's how you knew he was fucking with her. Oh, girl asked a question, you didn't answer. You didn't ask. So
as far as what you said, I feel like that when the dad dies, shit gonna really hit the fan. And I do think he's gonna have this internal, like, for lack of a better term, a Game of Thrones type family squabble over the throne at that point. And I feel like that. But here's the question: the overseas Irish people, who they gonna back? Claudia or Vic? That's the real question.
I'm not gonna back Claudia.
They're gonna back Vic. Claudia. They're gonna back Vic because of how the rules go. But if Vic fuck up, they're still not gonna back Claudia. They're gonna replace. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna replace all of them. They're gonna replace them. There's gonna be a whole new Irish family sitting up in there.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
I think if anything, Claudia is gonna form her own alliances. She's gonna
have to, yeah. But isn't she a little greedy too? I forgot about her being greedy with the remember when she was talking to her girl and he was talking about the prices? Wasn't she saying like, yeah, it's only gonna be me and you. We ain't cutting nobody else in.
She
Nobody's
did.
getting
She
a cut
did.
in.
She did.
Right.
She
So
did.
Yeah.
the family's obsolete then. She's not even trying to
She
cut the
she
family.
already trying to cut them out, honestly.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. But I think she's trying to cut them out now because she tried to put them in the beginning, especially Walter. He ain't want to
Yup.
hear it.
He
Something
ain't
like
want to
that.
hear it.
Yeah,
So when
yeah,
she cut you out now and then they doing good, hey, I'm doing good. You can't come
yeah.
here.
And back to what we said before, I think she said I can use Tommy without nobody knowing to sell my product for me, which probably will get
Right.
Tommy and Liliana involved selling her product. So it's about to get real deep.
It's about to get real deep. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Walter's gonna die before episode 7.
Damn. I can see it.
I
I
mean,
mean, we just saw he
he
had the
pussy.
voicemail from the oncologist saying, "Call me ASAP." So
Yeah.
and he's coughing and choking everywhere. So I think he's going to die within this season, and that's when we're going to really see the family feud.
Yeah. And I think that's how he means Irish. I think the Irish woman may destroy her own family because they won't give her a shot like they
Right.
would.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
that's when them overseas cats come.
Yeah. I think he's a great show so far that he missed Tommy. Yeah. I can see that too. Yeah, she might be saying, "Listen, if I can't have it, nobody can have it." So I definitely see what
Right.
y'all saying by that. And then we see at the end of the show, like we said, a scene with Tommy and Gloria having sex again, and on to the next show. So pretty much done with this episode. Michelle, how would you rate this episode? What do you think about the episode overall? Stuff like that.
Honestly, when it cut off at that firehouse scene with them having sex, I was honestly looking for like another 15 minutes.
Yeah,
So
I wanted more. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted more too. I was like, oh, it's over.
I was like, all right, cool. So I would give it like a 6 because it was, it was necessary to see how, we're building alliances here and partnerships, but they could have gave us a little more meat on the bone with this episode.
What you say?
I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a good 7. Why? Because I also like with Tommy that nobody else done is when Tommy talks about Ghost, you feel that shit. When Tommy mourns, he mourns for Ghost. You feel that shit. I don't think there's nobody else I felt mourn for Ghost besides Tommy. Now that I think about it, not Tariq, not the daughter, not the mom. So to see that's a big part for me. That's just to see how much love Tommy had for that man was that.
I did like that. I thought it was a good touch.
That was a great touch. That toast.
The Ghost. Yeah.
He went south.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That was good.
I like how he said that. No, he didn't kill him, but he couldn't save him either. I thought it was pretty cool.
Right. He couldn't save him either. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with probably a 6.5 for me. I do think that it was decent. We got some more development, but I would like to see a little bit more. It was kind of short. My biggest gripe so far is about the Flynns. Like their story's getting more interesting, but I don't feel them as a threat yet.
Me either. They too chopped up.
Yeah, they chopped up that they're not really organized, even though they're supposed to be organized crime, but they're not really organized. They only got one dude with a mustache I ever see as the muscle. You know,
right?
I mean?
Yeah, where the fuck everybody else at?
Yeah, go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, I think and I agree with you, and I think we talked offline about that. They're not posing that same international crime threat that Milan and his organization,
or even Lobos was
a threat. I was about to say,
or even
fucking
Lobos, yeah.
Not even just Lobos, even Dante. Shit.
Yeah, recently in Mecca.
Yeah, Mecca was worse than that.
Right.
Yeah.
We felt that in our chest as viewers. Like we were like, oh my God, what's gonna happen now? But as the Flynns were like, all right, that's just the Irish man up the street and he sells pills. He gives e-pills to college students. So we don't have that, this syndicated crime family feel.
No. I don't even see the real power. It's like, okay, you walked in and you bail somebody out. Like, that's what everybody do. But I don't even see the real power.
Also, when you think about it, have they killed someone yet?
That's what I think. Yeah.
So we don't have that. We don't have that evoked feel in us that like, all right, they mean business. They will kill for theirs. We don't have that because they play the safe front. That is all about what's safe, what will keep us, going for the long run. So we don't have that evoked feeling in us like, all right, these motherfuckers mean business. It's not there yet.
Yeah.
Will it develop in their family character or in Vic's character and Walter's character and Claudia's character? We don't know. But I don't resonate with them yet.
I'll give you an example. Like little tweaks would have made them more of a threat, right? So instead of Claudia showing a picture of the dude's daughter, Alderman's daughter, he could have showed a live video of them watching her right now. Right? And that would show more of a threat. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, we always got eyes on y'all. But it was like a damn school picture. She got it from a yearbook. I don't know if she looked at this.
Right.
You know what else would make them a threat?
From Facebook.
Right. Screenshot from Facebook.
Yo, I feel like they would be a bigger threat if the dad took his sickness as not a weakness, but as like, man, I'm about to die, so I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. I'm about to terrorize everything. Like, if they would have put him on that type of level of crazy, knowing that he's dying and stuff like that, I think he would be more of a threat.
Yeah, I agree.
You get what I'm saying? When you reach your deathbed, you don't care about half that shit.
Yeah, and you're right. And because he is the leader, he should be a really big threat. But like, even his conversations, like he talks shit, but he still sit and talk like with Tommy.
Right.
Like that. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
he ain't never trying to smack him or nothing. Like, like he just sits there and talks.
Yeah. So it's like I'm not really like, and like I said, the muscle is just this. The dude with the mustache, I wouldn't believe him either as no threat. So it's like, it was like problem. So I feel like we're gonna need whoever gonna come to pose more of a threat at some point from overseas or whatever like that. So that's my only really gripe right now. I think more stuff will develop, but again, that's the end, man. Thank you, Stadia Pro, for watching. Chris for coming on. Mr. Urbanwell, of course, in the chat. Always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, thank the panel. Of course, my guy E Money and the lovely Miss Michelle, gracing us every week with our presence. We'll be back next week to talk about episode 4. Same time, same channel. And for that, we out.